Hey guys, it is me, Phoenix. Oh, I switched my cameras. There you have it. But you get the gist of it. Please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, and yellow hearts if you got my six, meaning have my back, because I have yours. Yeah, please do me that favor, and yeah, fix moon energy. So here's the thing. With all that's going on in the world today, you know, everybody, and it being Mercury retrograde and it being in Venus, which is hermit, or excuse me, Virgo, which is hermit energy, it's all boiling down to our emotions and things in detail and minute. But the process of it is so that we can all stay in our power and not lose our power. Yeah. When it comes to yeah. And see, this is why Mars comes in reverse. I wasn't going to take these cards in the reverse, but it makes sense on how things are coming out. So there's another card. Yeah, the third quarter. You got to understand what's happening right now. Right now is the time that we are focusing on our emotions. We are looking at the details of everything, and we're making decisions based upon past emotions and why we were able to. And this is my opinion, and I think that this is basically what's going on in the world, but it's because of the healing soul. Now, I kept trying to do additional reads, and I'm just gonna start putting reads out there because I sit here and I pull cards, and instead of me recording them, I pull them. Yeah, see, because we're in retrograde, so this is us looking at things in a different perspective. Now, it has us focusing on a lot of the things. The train, yeah, brings luck, flows, talents, indulgence, effortless, harmony, ease, lazy energies, no friction, and benefits. So, this is what this means to me. Oh, wait, I'm telling you, I switched my camera over, so I gotta do it in a different. Well, it's still there, but I switched it from the view. But anyway, this is what this means to me. So, brings luck, flow, talents, indulgence, effortless, harmony, ease, lazy energies, no friction, and then benefits. So we're starting to look at everything that came to us in regards to the process of it being good, bad luck, the universe putting it this way, that way, making things happen. Does that make sense? And so that's why we're reflecting on the things. That's why we're reflecting on the challenges. I don't know how to say Canucks. I know Aquanex, but this is Quinn. Okay, anyway, I'm not even going to try. But this is Dylan. I'm sorry. It's so hard for me to do it this way. I don't. Anyway, challenging, require adjustments, complexity, clashes, contradicts, frustration, and learning to compromise. See, this is how we're looking at everything because we're looking at the flows. We're looking at how we feel, no friction, and then the benefits and how we did things with ease, effortless, and then now it's becoming challenging for us because this is being put to the forefront, the details, the minute things of how we do things, or how things are. I'm going to put this over here because you guys can't see it right here because of the way that I switched my desk. But, we're looking at how the minute things that we did for the benefit of oneself, or not for ourselves, but for the benefits of oneself. Uranus, unexpected surprise, suddenness, revolution, unorthodox, freedom, genius, original, insight, and inventions. So we are, listen to your soul. We're looking at everything when it comes to this situationship that we put ourselves in and that we've been in. And so, this is, the mind, the third house, the mind, the thoughts, the social media, the communication, the neighborhood, the siblings, the early education, the social activities. We're looking at the past energies. So, I can't make this stuff up. We're looking at the past energies and we're trying to determine our emotions based upon the past energies. And so with that being said, it's a lot for us to have to deal with because now, we're being stubborn. We're in that stubborn phase. Does that make sense? And so with Mars being in the reverse, our anger is coming out. Competition, well, what it would be considered anger, competition, fighter, leader, force, ambition, impatience, conquest, war, courage, sex driven, willpower. This is coming out, but it's not necessarily coming out in anger. It's coming out with us reflecting and us trying to forgive, contemplate, reflection, reevaluate, introspection, revision, change are required. Keep trusting. All is not lost in adjustments. So we're making adjustments based upon our emotions of the past. Does that make sense? And so, as much as we say that that's not what's happening, it is what's happening to some people, respectfully. I'm not going to be here to dictate what you're going through, but I'm just telling you that this is how I see it. This is how I see it happening. This is what I feel, and I know this is what's going on with this Mercury retrograde being in Virgo, which is the Hermit energy. And I explain in minute detail based upon the cards, so you won't think that I'm making things up. So you, based on what I say, you're taking those pieces and you're putting them into your own story. And that's what you should be doing. It's not about negativity. It's not about people. It's about our emotions. And that is because Cancer, we are emotion based. And if we feel like the emotions of somebody or the way somebody causes us, either luck or keeps us going with the flow, and then turns around and makes us when we do things with ease, right? And then it makes us lazy or makes us have no friction or see no benefit or see the benefit in it because we're looking at the long haul. We're not looking at the details of what happens if you do this. So transits are always in your favor at this time. So just know that. And at this point, this is how we operate. A solar eclipse may be happening. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me close this window. So when I say a solar eclipse, I say because this is when we make these revelations of the hot and cold thing in our life. Does that make sense? And so with the Mercury retrograde, it puts us in aware. But the fixed moon energy, we have to realize that we need to, activate our fixed signs and stay in our power, and the inflexibility and being stuck and standing firm and stubborn and patience needed, power of concentration and not backing down and being strong-willed. This is when we come out, and we need to use our fixed energies of why we feel this way, and we're sticking to it, but we can't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions, because this is a temporary emotion that we're going through right now, and that is what these retrogrades are doing, and that's what they're showing us. Now I pulled this deck because I'm not an expert on the energies of all of the stars, the quasars. I'm not an expert on that, but I am an expert respectfully, my own expert when it comes to my emotions of the back and forth. So again, I have a lot of masculine energy in my chart, and I have feminine. I have more masculine energy in my chart than I have feminine energy. And so I constantly read my birth chart because I have to know what it is that I'm going through. I have to know it and why. And it makes so much sense when you read your birth chart. If you want to pull your birth chart, you can go to hold on, let me go get mine so I can tell you the way where to go. Hold on. Okay, so it is astro.cafe astrology.com for your birth chart. This is my birth chart. And so when I say that the birth chart makes so much sense, and I'll show you my birth chart. I'm okay with that. Okay, my sun, my moon, my Mercury, the Mercury is in Gemini, two-sided, right? And all of these things, my first house is in Leo. My second house is in Leo. My ascendant, which is ascendants, all of those are in Leo. My third house is in Virgo. My fourth house is in Libra. My fifth house is in Scorpio. My sixth house is in Capricorn. I'm all over the board. And so my emotions go from one to another. But when I learned how to understand the emotions, my sun is in Cancer. My moon is in Libra. My Mercury is in Gemini. My Venus is in Taurus. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So I just feel like, and back to me losing my train of thought, but what I'm trying to get across to you is that I feel like a lot of the emotions come with us questioning, and then we get angry. So again, in this process and in this situationship, we have to learn to forgive. We have to learn to move forward, and we have to learn what transformation really is. And that's why all of these cards coming out, and that's why I picked this card deck, because again, if we don't understand the transformation, and we don't understand the mysteries, the intense, the manipulation, the destructive, the jealous, the primal, the lustful, the obsessive, the secretive energies of other people, then we start to be angry and we start to resent the things that we do. And that's not in our soul. That's not in, I mean, again, it gets to that point when we start to feel disrespected. And so, with this being said, a lot of the transformation is taking place because, and I'm going to, wait, give me a second. I'm going to pause this and put the camera over the cards because it's up here and I have a camera right here, but I'm going to put it over these cards so you can just look and focus on this card, the cards as I talk. Hold on 1 second. Okay, this camera just seems so blurry to me, and I cleaned it off and everything, but I moved it a different way, so hopefully you could see it from this way or this point of view of how I see it or how I'm seeing it. Because again, I just feel like our emotions. So when the Mercury retrogrades come, it's saying to be fixed, stay in your power. You know, the inflexibility, stuck. You know, because if you don't, you'll get stuck. To me, and that's just and then you start to get into your stubborn mode. We all know what that mode is for us, right, Cancers? That stubborn mode is us actually starting to reflect on things and people and, trying to, and getting upset because, again, we're not understanding why they are the way that they are. And so, hold on, this is my son calling. Okay, sorry about that. My pretty's at a doctor's appointment. And so it's our first time at the doctor's here, so I got to make sure everything is okay. Anyway, so I just feel like when it comes to this situation, the emotions are everywhere. The emotions are everywhere. You're questioning past relationships. You're questioning everybody paying their dues. Look, the Saturn return, paying your dues, wake up call, time to grow up, clearing the past, facing the truth, aging, and then strip down. So you're realizing that you're not getting anything but older. You start to realize that. And at some point, you're trying not to be angry. You see what I'm saying? You're trying not to go out for blood or seek vengeance on these people, that has been in competition, that's been fighting you when all you've been trying to do is just lead them in the right direction, not actually be a leader, but to lead them in the right direction. The force, the ambition, the impatience, the conquest, the war, courage, sex drive, willpower. You're trying to have all of this in one when it comes to understanding a person. And so you're trying not to let this thing come out. This is the 0 to 100 real quick. And so with the third quarter happening, showing here, saying not happening because I don't know what's happening, but the forgiveness, I know what I was doing. I paused because I was in the middle of reading my birth chart. The forgiveness, the contemplation, the reflection, the reevaluate, the introspection, the revision, the changes are required. Keep trusting. Should you keep trusting? You're questioning the details. And I said that in my read the other day. You're questioning the details. In the one where it says, no, everything isn't all right. If you guys go back to that read, I'll try to plug it in here. But the one that says, no, everything isn't all right. I did that last week because I was going through it. I was crying. I was laughing. I was angry. I was happy. And the tears were just flowing. And that happened to me when I was younger. And I'm like, what's going on here? Oh, it's Mercury retrograde. And the retrograde that's happening is inside of in Virgo, which is Hermit energy. The Hermit energy says, and I always go back and I try to explain to you exactly what these cards mean. From my perspective, I give you my perspective, but I try to explain to you the energies of the cards. And then I read to you what resonated with me, why I started to understand tarot and wasn't afraid of it. Because remember, the black magic, all that stuff, I'm afraid of. The karma, I'm afraid of that because I know what karma does. I've seen it firsthand. So I don't want to talk about karma. I want to talk about the dharma side, the good look side of it. Put out what you want to come back to you. Does that make sense? And so when I say these affirmations and the quotes that are over here, it's because it resonates. Now look and listen to what Hermit mode is, right? So we're in the Hermit energy in the Virgo and we're in Mercury retrograde, but we need to stay in our fixed sign and our fixed emotions too when we're looking for the detail. When we're looking for the detail of this Virgo energy, and let me go ahead and pull, let me see. Oh, where's that right here? Let me pull what the Virgo energy says, sorry. Because when we're looking at the details of the Virgo card, we need to understand why this comes out this way. So my readings are not like everyone else's, respectfully, not in a rude way. Look, this card turned over. Maybe it's meant semi-sexual. I don't know. We'll read it in a minute. But, the thing is that when it comes to this energy of the Virgo, Mercury retrograde in Virgo, it's like all over the place. Here it is right here. So you become very analytical. You know, I'm a read semisexual because inside the card deck it was flipped over. But you become very analytical in the process of this. Witchy, like, you know what? Like, and that's the thing. Like, then everything starts to make sense. But you start to be witchy, meaning that, you know, am I under a spell? That's how I'm gonna say it, right? I hate the way this. Hold on. Let me fix the lighting. Hold on, because the light is reflecting through from my thing, and it's on the cards. Hold on. Okay, so I just opened them up. It's brighter, but it's not. Anyway, so it's nothing I can really do. But when it comes to the witchy, the analytical, you are like, you know, being a perfectionist. You paid attention to the details. You're very critical on yourself. These are the things that you do to yourself, and so then you're responsible. You're humble. You're orderly. You're insightful. The alchemist and the health, right? So when it comes to all of this, and you start to look at the people, they make you angry. You see what I'm saying? They make you angry. And then you start to be analytical. You start to become, to say, this perfect person is not perfect in my life. Then you pay attention to the details and see how critical this person has been on you. And then it's like the responsibility of this person. What responsibility did they bring to me? Was I the responsible one? You start to twitch the roles. You get what I'm saying? So that's why the universe, and then it's like, then the humbleness. I was humble with this person. I was real humble. And this is why I say that's why this came in reverse, because then the Mars in you, wherever your Mars lies at, how you take action, it starts to become fight or flight mode, right? I'm fighting this person. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I say that. Let's see where my Mars is, because again, I don't know. My Mars is in Taurus. So Taurus is when it comes to you know, how I handle things with my Mars, how I take action. You know, it's the bull energy, right? And so with that being said, that's the Hierophant. My belief system is starting to be questioned. Does that make sense? My belief system is starting to be questioned. That's the reason why I'm coming to you guys and I'm saying to you in this process, when I said no, everything isn't okay, because now you're looking at the analyticals of the situation, and you're realizing that now this person has been questioning your belief system this whole time. And while you were trying to be positive and say, you know, this brings luck, the flow, the talents, the indulgence, the effortlessness, the harmony that you bring, the ease, becomes lazy. And then you don't want to cause friction. And then you see the benefits of helping somebody, doing to others wholeheartedly without expecting to receive the same yourself. Does that make sense on why I resonate with those sayings with the Six of Pentacles? I resonate with that because then, you know, you're doing things for, you know, there's just the energy to come back, for it to flow right, to let you know that I'm a real true person and friend with you. But in the process of all this, now the mystery of this person, and this is the Scorpio energy, the death energy. The death energy of the Scorpio says, embrace change, let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end, it's the transformation that brings new beginnings. The transformations, the secretives. You only transform when you feel like there's some type of secretive energy, that's obsessive, there's mystery, there's intense situations, there's manipulation, there's destructive energy, there's jealousy, there's primal energy, and there's lustful energy. When you start to see a person for who they really are, when you start to see a person for who they really are, and see the regular person in you is going to be like, okay, let's forgive them. Third quarter. Forgiveness, contemplation, reflection, reevaluation, introspection, revision, changes are required. Keep trusting. All is not lost, and adjustments, because you want to forgive them. But the fire in you, how you take action, wherever your Mars lies at, how you take action is based upon where your Mars lies at. You know? And so then the Saturn return shows up, paying your dues. Now this person has to pay their dues in order to be around you. Now you're just like, no, because you're in your fixed moon. You got to look at this. Hold on. You're not in your fixed moon. You have to look at it as if you're in your fixed moon. I watched, oh God, Soulful Resolution. Wait, is it Resolution? Soulful Resolution or Revolution? Soulful Revolution. I tagged her in that No Everything Isn't Okay video. So if you go over there, she is the person who will get you to understand what these houses mean, what the cards mean, how your emotions are. Very, very good reader, you know, and I've been watching her recently and understanding things a lot better when it comes to these houses and why they're there, you know, and why I understand them. So I had to go back With me learning this, because I learned this. I understood. I understood what tarot meant in certain ways, but I can't say anything, or I'm not the person. I'm very analytical when it comes to business. And so I'm not the person who's going to just tell you stuff because everybody is doing it. I had to dig deep and to understand what it is that I'm saying to you. And that's the reason why I give you the definitions. And if I don't know something, I'll look it up, and I'm not afraid to tell you that I don't know. But I have to sit with quotes and understand why I'm here and why I've gotten to this point to where I am. And why I'm in my fixed moon state, because when I get into my Mars, it's anger there. And that's the 0 to 100, and I had to learn to have that in between. And somebody told me that one blue moon, and was like, you got to have an in between. You can't just go from 0 to 100. That's why I resonate with Drake, and I understand his words. I don't care about all these other rappers. I understand the words, the feelings, the energies. That's why my chart is all over the place. I don't bring judgment on anybody if I don't know the true facts. I'm not going to tell you something if I don't know true facts. And that's the analytical side of me when it comes to why I am good in the details when it comes to business, to contracts. I run my life as a business, and sometimes I get off course because I'm in my emotional state of it. But if I stay in my power, in my fixed moon, right, I understand that patience is needed. Staying powerful, inflexible. You can bend, but you're not broken. You can bend, but you're not easily broken. You can get stuck, but you still stand firm when you learn to be in your fixed moon energy. You're stubborn, of course. Patience is needed. The power of concentration. You have to go back and focus. But you're not going to back down when you get into this Mars energy. You're not going to back down. You're going to be stubborn. You're going to stand firm. You're going to be strong-willed. And people are not going to understand that. People are not going to understand that. But that's dealing with Mercury in Virgo. Your awareness. The retrograde in Virgo. Your awareness. And the Mercury energy, just to let you know, is how you communicate. How you communicate in Mercury right now. And how analytical you are. So awareness, communication, writing, news, short trips, thoughts, ideas, perceptions, learning, and intelligence. This is what's going on right now. Virgo and Mercury. The Mercury retrograde is in Virgo house. And this is how you have to balance yourself. Does that make sense? And so you are looking at everything. Your healing, though, is what makes sense when you get to understand why you do the things you do. Check your birth chart out. Why you do the things you do. The spiritual growth that you have to have. The teacher. Then you become the teacher. Because now you're able to communicate in Mercury how you feel. But now you got to pull it back a little bit. Because it can't be emotional and with anger. That's your ego riding high. Right? So when I was going through that and I was telling you guys, I'm crying, I'm laughing, I'm doing this, right? Your spiritual growth. Wounded healer. You are always going to be that wounded healer. High priestess energy. Something that can only be understood through experience. You make amends. Because if you don't, it causes illness. And it causes stagnation. And that's where it goes to the trine bringing luck. So if you understand this, you know that luck, as what you give out, you get back in return. It might not be from that person. And that's the problem. We are codependent on that person, and we want to get it back from that person. But the universe has a funny way of working. It's coming back from somebody else until this person understands who you really are. And by that time, where did I see? Hold on, where is it at? Where did I see? It said walking away. Where did it go? Time to grow up, wake up call, all is not lost, keep trusting, introspection, reflection, contemplation, reevaluation. I thought I seen somewhere walking away. But here's the thing. Your Pisces energy, right? Pisces is letting you know that this is the moon energy. This is the moon energy. This is the high priestess energy. Your dreams, your emotions, Your emotional, it says dream, emotional visions, illusions, escapist, confusion, mystical, sensitivity. It says compassionate, healing, and intuitive. That intuitive sense is the reason why you were okay with being in a training house and going with the flow and not really taking the action, the Mars energy. You know, the Mars energy is how you take action, not really taking action because you have forgiveness and understanding. Does that make sense? So that's where this intuition is making you realize and understand that it's not need for a transformation until you get to start questioning how you take action. And that's what this Mercury in Virgo is doing. It's getting everybody to understand that you're going to pay your dues with me. It's a wake-up call. It's time for you to grow. It's clearing the past. That's what I was looking for, clearing the past. Facing the truth. But clearing the past does not have to be I end you, like endings. Oh, sorry. It doesn't have to be endings. It doesn't have to be with force. You know? It just has to be with understanding. And that's where the high priestess energy comes in at, if that makes sense. And the astrological trances favor you at this time. And this is why it's here to teach you this energy. The solar eclipse. Listen, these are shocking events, fast changes, new chapters, leaving what is familiar. And that's what you're doing. You're leaving what is familiar, the awakening, feeling lost, and reintervention. So the thing is that you're focusing on what on you and your emotions, and that is turning around and it's causing endings. The 12th house is here. Spirituality, healing, unseen realm, subconscious mind, solitude, karma, forgiveness, and limiting beliefs. Your 12th house. My 12th house is in where am I at? Oh, Cancer. You see what I'm saying? So my beliefs and the nurturing part of me is still like, that's why I say don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. Don't say shit that you're not willing to hold up after these retrogrades or after you calm down. Does that make sense? And so your third house is your mind, your thoughts, your social media, your communication. Again, you're communicating. My third house is in Virgo, right? So my third house is in Virgo. And so with that being said, again, this is where we are. Neighborhood, siblings, early education, social activities. I told you guys I had to call my mom. I had to call my mom and say, you know what? I know what it is. I'm not mad at you. I've never been mad at you. I never thought that I had a messed up childhood. I grew up in the same houses as my sisters and my brother, and yet we are all totally different. One is a Taurus, one is an Aries, and one is a Capricorn. My mother's a Leo, and I'm the Cancer. But I have all of these different energies going on with me. My mama couldn't understand it, her being the Leo, the strength side of her. But my Leo is in my ascendants, right? My first and second house. Leo is there. Right? And so my Lilith is in Gemini. Come on, I'm so fucking promiscuous that I want to be, I don't want to be, I am. If you can't accept me for who I am, I'm gone. If you can't share equal with me, I'm gone. Does that make sense? So if you understand your birth chart, pull it up. And that makes more sense when it comes to the Uranus. Unexpected, surprise, sudden, revolution, unorthodox, freedom, genius, original, insight, and inventions. So when it comes to me, that's just where I'm at. And that's my fourth house. That's my Libra energy, right? My Uranus is in the fourth house, Libra, right? Which is justice, my belief system. Consequences of your actions are at hand. The Libra energy says, where is it at? We are all answerable to the universal law. I do not judge anyone. I will not judge anyone. Do you give me a reason to? We are all answerable to the universal law. Take responsibility for your actions. It's your actions. I say that what's going on now. It's your actions. If you don't take if you don't say what it is that you need to be said, that needs to be said right now, and you wait down the line, then we are all answerable to the universal law. If you see something and you don't say it, it's your fault. It's not nobody else's fault but yours, because that has to sit with you down the line. But as me being the person that I am, if I say something right now, I meant it respectfully. But if I see it, I'm going to say it respectfully. I learned respectfully because I learned how to take action the wrong way. So that's the 0 to 100 from me. Does that make sense with what we got going on? And I hate to bring things about me, but it is, because how can I deliver a message to you if you don't understand me? You have to understand me to understand why my crazy is acceptable to me. And that goes back to it being in my fourth house, the Uranus being in my fourth house, you know? And I am very detailed, and I label it so I won't forget how far you've come. Does that make sense? How far you've come. How far and why. Love to learn yourself for who you are. And I do. So nobody can come and tell me anything different. Respectfully. And if you have an opinion, as long as it's respectful, I'm okay with it. The I don't know how to say this, quincunx. I guess that's how you say it. Challenging, require adjustment, complexity, clashing, contradicts, frustration, learn to compromise. We have. And it's frustrating sometimes when we look at the details. Listen to your guidance of listen to the guidance of your soul. I let nothing lead me. No one, not even my mother. I told you guys that. And she knows it respectfully, though. When I say something, I mean it respectfully. And it took me to get to a point to where we didn't see eye to eye. Me and my mother, we didn't see eye to eye because she's Leo. My Leo is in my first and second house. And it's in my Saturn. Saturn is your worth ethic. And that's the reason why I work hard. But I work on my own stuff. But the Cancer in me makes me work with, has me working with things and people that I don't understand at some point, but I do because I have empathy for them. And that is because I know that when I get to this point here, it's over. If I cut you off, you handed me the scissors. Does that make sense with the energies that's happening? And 32 minutes of me talking about my chart to understand what's understood don't need to be explained. And this is my only time that I'm going to explain to you so that you can understand where my emotions are and how it can resonate if you just look up your birth chart. Does that make sense? And so the semi-sextile, that was inside of the card here, allowing, opportunity with effort, energies attract, lack of ease, potential for growth, and tempers. Allowing. I allow people to be who they need to be. And so do you, Cancer. Opportunity with effort. I know that if I put a little bit of effort in it, you'll get it. Somebody, that's the Cancer in me. Somebody will get to that point. You know? Energies attract. I attract energies. I don't care about a person and what they've done. But I know that if and I guess when it comes to the law and why I don't agree with it right now, but I understand it. And people might not understand. So I'm not operating when it comes to the law on emotions, but I have. But I know that the fight is, if everybody deserves a fair fight, because in the past, a lot of people haven't had that person that was going to fight for them the way I would. And so that's where the love comes in at. How I take action. And sometimes it is with force. My kids will tell you that. Respectfully, it's with force because I love them. And it's with force because it's out of love. And it's like, I'm not going to lead you in a direction that I wouldn't go in myself. And I say that respectfully. But I understand where my energies come in at when it comes to my chart now. But I didn't understand it when I was younger. So I went from 0 to 100. And anybody that knows me knows that. I don't have a lot of friends because the way that I do things, I have to think about our friendship. And it means nothing if I know that I gave everything to you if you disrespect me or you hand me the scissors. Does that make sense? And that's why I created this channel, because when I was searching for tarot and listening, I heard things, but it was more so about searching for love than loving who you are and being able to be complacent because somebody doesn't understand you. And that's why I say we always give a perfect love to receive a perfect love. But what happens if we constantly keep giving that love is something missing in the middle. So when I sat there and I heard my first reading, I was like, whoa. Whoa. And it sat and it resonated with me. So then I was able to reevaluate in my third quarter, or whatever you want to call it. Forgiveness, contemplation, reflection, reevaluation, introspection, revision. Changes are required. Keep trusting. Should I keep trusting? Or do I trust you to a fault? All is not lost. Of course it's not. And adjustments need to be made. All is not lost because adjustments do need to be made. Especially when it comes to understanding your past. But I listen to no one but the guidance of my soul. And I understand that astrological transits favor you at this time, because now I understand what that means. With all hope that you guys understand it. So the Mercury retrograde as a Cancer, I think that's what I'm going to name this. Mercury retrograde as a Cancer means a lot. Yeah, you have to build a bridge and communicate. And that's when it comes to you understanding, because I didn't understand what the chakras meant. You remember the chakras are like, okay, you hear the chakras and you're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, guess what? You're going to learn it from me, because I didn't understand it, but now I do. So you're going to learn that. So if you're not coming here to learn, then you don't need to be here, respectfully. That's how I handle things. But I respect that you guys share energies with me and understand what I'm trying to get to. I respectfully love that about this energy that I'm sharing with you guys. But I'm being very vulnerable in the process of me telling you without telling you. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, so the bridge is here. Sorry about that. Communication, unite, connecting, integrate, share, collaboration, harmony, compromise, overcoming barriers. This is what we're doing right now, is we're overcoming barriers when it comes to our emotions, the way we build bridges and either get over them or not. And so understanding what forgiveness is at this time, but also understanding why the boundaries are necessary. A tree. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are the nurturers. We are the tree of life. That's why that's there. You can't see. I hate this camera. This actual camera is like crazy. But anyway, grounded. We become grounded. Fertility. We are always nurturers, right? Lineage. Health. Again, health shows its face under Virgo. We're starting to focus on our health, our vitality, our roots, our personal growth, the past energies, the past lives, right? We evolve from the past. Past lives, evolving, connection to source. So we're realizing why all of these energies of the retrogrades, of the charts, of everything, our birth charts, we realize based upon how we take action, right? How we take action when it comes to certain situations and how we feel, the 0 to 100 or the 0, 50 and then 100. Because see, if we stay neutral, there's no need to get to that 100. And we know that if this is something that doesn't sit with us, we build bridges and we get over them. We overcome the barriers and we evolve and we walk away from the things that no longer serve us. And that's when the transformation becomes okay, because the death energy, listen, embrace change, right? You have to embrace this and let go of what no longer serves you. Death is not the end. It's a transformation that brings new beginnings. These are the new beginnings, the third quarters, the forgiveness, the contemplation, the reflection, the reevaluation, the introspection, the revisions, the changes that are required. Keep trusting, and all is not lost, and adjustments that need to be made. Hold on one second. My son is trying to get my attention. So that is why all of these things play a huge role in our growth. Does that make sense? And so that is where Mercury retrograde for Cancer comes in at, because guess what? We go through all of these things, and the 0 to 100, when we are reflecting on our emotions right now and we feel weak and we feel like, we've been taken advantage of, and there's manipulative energies around us and destructive energies, and people become jealous or primal or lustful or whatever these things are, which I'm saying is the definition of the Scorpio, right? The Scorpio energy. But the grand trine is being blessed, knowing that there's good luck, there's completion, there's receiving gifts, the contentment, the magnetic energies, the huge success, just by the little effort and the harmonious energy that we have. And that comes with our ascendant in situations. That's the boundaries that we have to set with every situation. So if your ascendant, mine is in Leo, remember, Leo energy is the strength. Strength is not always physical. I'm reading the analogy just to let you know. I'm not just going off of my mind, which I'm going to tell you my introspection of it, but strength. Strength is not always physical. But your patience, compassion, and gentle spirit is what makes you strong, not the sharpness of your words. So when we learn about taking action, because we recognize our strength, but we also recognize how we take action as well. So when we realize, I'm telling you, my analogy is the ascendance is in Leo, right? My first impression, your style. I look at you and your style, something I like about you. My impression that you gave off to me was beautiful. The perception of you. This is what we learn, how to understand the difference and how we take action and why we end things. The public mask that people wear that we see through, right? The public mask that people wear, but we see through it. We see through it. The outlook, the impact that a person is having right now and what they're going through. We see through all of that. The attitude, a person's attitude. If it's shitty, we're not going to deal with it, but we're going to give somebody a chance first, right? The approach, how somebody approaches you, the aura that they have, their appearance. You never get a first chance to make a second impression. That is how, at least me being Leo, with being in my ascendants, that's how I see things. Because if you show me from the first time that is something, I'll give you a chance. But now that I know how I take action, sometimes it don't work that way. You understand that? Sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So that is why you learn the difference of why there are transformations in your house. And it all comes between somebody showing you who they were and you not believing it in the beginning, but you giving them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. That gives you the chills because it shows you how forgiving we are, right? But then it shows the clover. We always, at the end of the day, turn around and luck is always on our side. Everybody always favors us as a Cancer because we're so allowing, we're so nurturing. Luck, happiness, happy coincidences, right? The coincidence always happens. Unexpected rendezvous, right? A fling, good fortune, carefree, a reward, flirt, and short-lived. It all is short-lived because, again, back to the first impression that we knew about, the red flags that we saw. We gave them a chance. And now we have to take action and realize that sometimes those are just flings, that we want it to be something else. And that's what Mercury retrograde in Virgo is doing for us right now. I haven't pulled tarot because I've been talking my ass off. Air energy shows its face at the bottom of the deck. Prince of Air could be dealing with the air sign. Somebody whose ascendants, their first impression excited you. Come on, you guys. Timing within 4 to 8 weeks during the spring, May 22nd to June 21st. Sorry. The ruling planet, somebody who is talkative. Your first impression. Come on now, let me read this to you. Your first impression, very talkative, adaptive. Your style is somebody that you like, right? The role that they play, it's a mental role that they play. The versatile, the public mask, come on. You see? Screenshot that to understand why we like that, right? The public mask, the outlook. Somebody is very flexible, very flexible. The impact, they're social, the attitude, they're very intelligent. The approach, superficial, you know it. The aura, though, and the appearance is everything. So you could be dealing with the Gemini, right? But I'm saying to you, this is why we're questioning. And the card is the lover's energy. Doing what makes your heart happy. Doing what makes your heart happy is the lover's energy, right? So it says, always make choices that honor your truth. I'm reading over here. Hold on. Oh, that honors your truth that lies within your heart. Go out and seek which completes you and brings you love. So sometimes we can't help the people that we fall in love with, or in with, however you want to call it. But we also are able to reflect on why we do, because we forgive and we don't take action until it's time. I don't know. Should I pull tarot? I will. Yeah, Firefly, illumination, chemistry, magical, self-discovery, soul sparks, light codes, fire, creative sparks, someone exceptional. So we meet, shut the hell up. We make exceptions for the people that disguise, conceal their ego, the projection, the hidden motives, the persona, the presentation, the theater, the performance, and someone who's put in on the show. And all of that causes clouds, thoughts, problems, doubts, hesitation, beyond view, unclear, confusion, indecisions, and misunderstandings. So all of these energies from somebody whose ascendant may be in Gemini, or maybe a Gemini, or just may have Gemini in their chart, or just may make you make a decision, a permanent decision on a temporary emotion. That's what, I can't say anything else. So I'll pull from the messages of the heart. I'll pull tarot. This is 47 minutes, but I think like it was good. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this isn't for you, it's not for you. But understand your chart and understand why we make those type of decisions. I mean, I think I'm laughing hella hard because the Firefly, the mask, and the cloud shows his face in the process of the flings and the ascendant, the oppressions that we already see through the bullshit. With our intuition, something that can only be understood through experience. We already see through the bullshit, but we still give exceptions. And then when we take action, it's different. Investigating. They are secretly snooping around and asking friends about you in order to see if you're dating someone new. So that could be somebody that you're dealing with. But the temptation is there always. Each day gets harder and harder to resist what they know in their heart to be true. They see you as their forbidden fruit. And so that is why we become forbidden fruit for people, because we love differently. I'm just saying. I guess I'll pull tarot to decipher, I guess, why. Or what happened in the process without breaking down the charts, right? But this is the Mercury retrograde for a Cancer. Could just be me or it could be somebody. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We have unsure energy right there. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this isn't for you, it's not for you. But orange hearts if you understand what I'm saying. Orange hearts if it resonates with you. And orange hearts if you understand what I'm saying. Because not orange hearts if it resonates. Purple hearts if it resonates. I'm sorry. Red hearts if you made it through. Purple hearts if it resonates. Green hearts if you're working on it. Oh, and by the way, I have a sign right there to remind me of what I say because I forget. I always have so much shit going on that I will forget. And so to remind me of why and how and the things that I already know, and I just have to really just kind of put back together and see, to reflect back on like, damn, oh yeah, I'm the bomb. Anyway, respectfully. So there you have it. I just feel like, this is the energy that needs to happen when it comes to, yeah, hermit mode at the bottom of the deck. Virgo is hermit mode. So why are we going to hermit mode? Be careful. I love you. Why are we going to hermit mode? And that is just explains why we're in Mercury retrograde in hermit mode. So this is why we go into hermit mode. Something that can only be understood through experience. But the hermit mode says sometimes you need to withdraw in order to rediscover your own rich inner world through tranquility, meditation, and reflection. We are reflecting. Mercury retrograde in Virgo is making us reflect on the ascendants, the minute details of why we are in the situations that we're in. And sometimes the way we take action is a little bit different. So we have the Ace of Wands that comes out. This is the unsure energy that comes out. Yeah, the conflict. Come on now, the conflict and the competition. The conflict being here. This is ego. Five of Swords energy is the ego. Being unsure of the ego that's happening. So again, you can feel like it's an unwinnable situation or this sneaky or defeat. That's what the original tarot says. And the reverse says it's hate and it's power struggle and it's feeling like you're being ambushed. The ego is being questioned. Somebody's ego, your ego, or whatever is happening because the toxic energies and you refuse to deal with them. The devil in reverse. The toxic energies of the devil in reverse. You know, the self-destructive patterns. You refuse to deal with them now. And that is why you want happiness. You want harmonious energy. You want peace. And therefore, the universe says with the star energy. Okay, so the star energy is being optimistic and having hope, right? But the actual saying over here says no matter the situation you find yourself in, there is always hope. Have faith. Be optimistic. Focus on self-care. Because that's what this is causing you to do right now. And so the communication, the movement is happening with you. And you're communicating, again, the way that you're communicating and taking action is not the way that everybody is used to you doing. But you're building a bridge and you're getting over it. You're understanding. But this is so that you can have the courage and the desire and being positive at the same time of understanding. Now, we didn't pull this card over. Your dreams. Shit, I can't make this up. I didn't even know this card was here. First of all, I thought it was temptation, which is the devil energy, right? So the temptation, understanding. Each day gets harder and harder to resist what they know in their heart to be true. They see you as their forbidden fruit. You don't see this anymore because you're moving forward in different directions and you're going after your dreams. You're communicating that. You're moving forward by maybe even silent communication. You're communicating with them through the 5D, which is not in the physical realm. It says they've been dreaming so much about you and want to manifest their dreams into reality. You are making this person dream and see things in a different light. And so that is because you took the courage. You took the courage. You were positive and you went after your desires and not the toxic energies. Knight of Wands energy, the Drake energy. You only live once. Be bold, be fearless, and do what you love. And that's what the universe told you to do. And that's what Mercury retrograde in Virgo is causing you to go into hermit mode and to reflect basically what it is that the devil energy, the temptation, and the ego has caused you to look at. I'm going to pull from the crystal deck and then we're going to let this energy go. And it's 11 o'clock this morning. It's taken me a minute to get this out. So I normally post at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I haven't been able to. So, all right. And the reason why I pulled that one is because all of my cards are backwards. Oh, Watermelon Tourmaline. I think that was from my last read, so I'm not going to pull that. But anyway, this is what we're reflecting on. So, again, learning the chakras. Learning the chakras. The black tourmaline, it is behind me. I'll go get it. The Veracruz amethyst is right here. All right. The Hassanet garnet, close. No, this is the red garnet. Yeah, this is the red garnet. Anyway, the root chakra, crown chakra, third eye chakra, root chakra, sacral chakra. So, let's go get the black tourmaline. Hold on. I love crystals. They're all over my house. They come in big forms. I got this last week, and I'm very proud of it. I have crystals everywhere on stands. If you guys are to look, let me try to see if you can scroll up. I have these big crystals. The I can't think of what it called, amethyst. What, not the amethyst or whatever, but I have them all over here, and all on my desk behind me, and all on this desk anyway. So the black tourmaline is grounding, protection, and calming, right? Grounding, protection, and calming. It deals with your root chakra. Your root chakra is your ability to survive, to be stable, and to ground yourself. This is what you're doing, is grounding yourself. It says, I am protected on all levels. Always remember that. The toxic energies that come in your life, the egos and everything else. It says this. Listen to the guidance of your soul. And it says astrological transits favor you at this time. And it's all the time, because your belief system, you going into hermit mode, is for a reason. You're trying to understand why you have to go through these things that you're going through. The Veracruz amethyst, right? The Veracruz amethyst deals with your crown. It deals with your crown and your third eye chakra. Listen, if your spirituality, your crown chakra is your spirituality, your selflessness, and your wisdom, if that is blocked, then you won't know what belief system you're going after, which is, understanding that with the justice energy, and the justice energy and the Hierophant energy being here, or being in this energy, if your crown chakra is blocked, your belief system is. You don't know what to believe in. You don't know what to think about. You don't know what to follow. You don't know what to do. So you just kind of go with the flow when it comes to certain things. Your third eye chakra, your intuition, again, high priestess energy, your intuition, your understanding, and your perception of things will be blocked. And therefore, you won't know what to do. You'll be in limbo. Always hangman energy, always in toxic situations, always dealing with people with egos that and you don't know what to do and how to move forward with that, and so that's where you go into hermit mode, and you come out with the way that you do things, which comes out with the Mars energy. And that is how you take action. You start to learn how to take action down the line, but sometimes it's later than before, because we were never taught to stand our ground and to say what it is that we want and to speak our mind, right? And so the meditative, the protection, and the spirituality, the Veracruz amethyst, I receive ongoing guidance from the universe. Again, it shows you that the guidance is coming from the universe. You have to sit down in hermit mode, but you can't stay in hermit mode too long, because just like staying in hermit mode, what happens is that when you spill milk, if you spill the milk card is in this deck, but it didn't come out. When you spill milk, eventually, if you don't clean it up, it starts to stink. You start to stink when you get into hermit mode, because you don't know how to come out of it, because it's easier to be in hermit mode. But if you learn how to take action and why you're taking action the way that you are, the bridges and the fertility and the nurturing of the situation and the clover will remind you always that luck is on your side, that the universe is always on your side. Does that make sense? And so that is how that is. And so it says, I'm receiving ongoing guidance from the universe. The Hassanite garnet deals with your root and your sacral chakra. Remember, your root chakra is your ability to survive, to ground yourself. Sorry. The root chakra is your ability to survive and to ground yourself and to be stable, right? The emperor type energy, right? Your sacral chakra is your emotions, your intimacy, and your confidence. If you're not confident in yourself, and you're not confident in your emotions and your intimacy when it comes to love, then you don't know that all that stuff will be blocked. So you have to deal with that. Confidence, prosperity, and creativity. If all of those things are blocked, then there's no creative cancer there, right? And so then you stay in hermit mode, and you're okay with that, because you're not believing in yourself. You're just trying to figure out why you're feeling so the way that you are. The Hesonite garnet. It's my journey through life is filled with good health and happiness. Again, my journey through life is filled with good health and happiness. People don't understand how lucky you are, how you're so happy all the time, because you had to learn to build bridges, but not really know how to get over them, and not to overcome the barriers, but how to sweep them under the rug and continue to forgive. But once you learn this, my journey through life is filled with good health and happiness. Once you learn this, again, health is in the Virgo. You're looking at everything, every perspective, from your health to the analytical side to your witchy, which is people call them witchy, but it's not really witchy. It's the you learning to understand the universe and why it brings, the ebb and flow of life and why things happen. You're not looking at it as, oh, this person helped me do this. You're like, the universe brought this to me. So to people who don't understand that, they call it witchy energy, right? The perfectionist. Now this all makes sense, right? And this is the hermit mode. The details, the critical, being critical, the response, being responsible and being humble. Because once you learn this, once you learn all these different energies, you're going to be humble about it. It's no need to be arrogant or you to be acting on ego or to learn how you take action with anger and things like that, or to feel like people are beneath you. It's no need for you to do that. It's that understanding of the ascendance. You going back to saying, well, I saw this because I saw the potential in this person. You understand that, but the potential in this person caused me to have to end this energy. Does that make sense? And that's what the reflection of the Mercury retrograde in Virgo is doing right now, right? And so then you start to be insightful and orderly, and then the alchemist in you wants to, teach and to show and to get people to, to understand. But the health issue is that, when it comes to health, you're starting to take more care of yourself. And also that means that if you didn't go to the gym, you're going to go to the gym. If you weren't eating right, you're going to start trying to eat right and come in tune with your health and also do what's healthy for you. Because remember, it's short-lived. You only live once. Be bold, be fearless, do what you love. And that's where the endings bring new beginnings. Does that make sense? And now the next first impressions that you have up on people, you'll understand that that was a red flag. It's time for me to pull back my energy because I know how things can be. I'll keep trying to fix this person. But that's how you're going to think moving forward with your third house being here. Again, my third house is in Virgo, which shows you that, you have to understand how you do things and what makes you go into hermit mode. Does that make sense? What makes you go into hermit mode? And that's where this is happening. And that's what's happening right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and let this old energy go. I love you guys. Orange hearts in the comments. I'm an hour and 2 minutes. I apologize, but I felt like this is something that I'm going through. You might not go through it, but if it resonates, orange hearts if it resonates, if you understand. Orange hearts if this is what you needed to hear. Orange hearts. And so if it resonates, purple hearts, red hearts if you made it through, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you just rock with me, regardless if it resonates and you got my 6, meaning have my back. So that is where I'm at. And remember, like the video. Liking the video helps get it out. Go over to my other channel, The World is Waiting Tarot, in order to like, share, subscribe. I need 1,000 subscribers. I'm only at 860 maybe subscribers. I need over 1,000 subscribers. For that, you guys do me that favor and go over there. I'll put the link in the description. Also, I will link the video. Everything isn't okay. And also click in the link of that video to go check out Soulful Resolution. She will get you in tune with these houses and get you to understand how things are done. And I love her energy because she's very analytical in regards to those energies and why she's here doing tarot. And I love that about her. So anyway, I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. I love you guys, but also make sure you save this video and go back to it and hear it. If it didn't, if it's something that resonated with you, but you didn't have time to hear this video because it's an hour long, go back to it and watch it and rewatch it again and get to the points. I cannot timestamp it because I went back and forth, but just to understand, let you know, understand where your chart is and why you do things the way you do, and that's the reason why I learn the way I do is because I have to be analytical. I'm not going to listen to anybody that cannot explain to me the exact definition, the meaning, and give me that feeling that I need to know respectfully. It's not just saying that they don't know what they're doing. It's just saying that I need more depth, and I'm very analytical when it comes to why I'm going to take my time to listen to a person, place, thing, or a situation. But I love you guys. All right. Remember, the world is waiting for you guys to be great, and that's what I'm here to try to teach us Cancers at least to learn to love ourselves in that pure, unselfish way to where we don't feel bad when we do it. All right. I love you guys.